This is your announcer Chuck Landington, welcoming you to the Metal Injection Livecast. Danzig made news this week when he announced there would be no more Misfits reunion shows. How is this news? At their ages, there likely won't be much more of anything for those geezers. TikTok, you feel me? Here's the show.
I don't understand. What is Chuck Landington implying there?
That they're old.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't think it was implied. I think he pretty much straight out said
Flat
it.
out said
Yeah.
it.
They're not going to need corpse paint for long.
Glenn Danzig, Zandigs,
What?
is
Excuse me?
saying that no more Misfit shows. There's only one more scheduled, and he said that's going to be it. That's going to be it.
I mean, maybe until they need a little bit of extra pocket cash.
Yeah, until a huge offer comes along. But
Right.
because tickets to this Misfit show, they're playing Madison Square Garden, and the difference between a show at Madison Square Garden and Barclays Center,
Brooklays. Are you all right?
is
Thinking
about
about potato chips.
Rob, do you
Oh.
need sugar?
is about
Are you having
$100 is what I was going to say.
Did you say Zandig on purpose? Because that's a wrestler.
Yes.
Is
yes. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Or Zangief?
Welcome to the Metal Injection Livecast. This is Rob here with 3D,
Yes.
Sid,
Yes.
and Noah.
Yes.
Pretty soon, we're going to have Travis Ryan, the frontman of Cattle Decapitation, in the studio for a little bit.
It's just babka eating, Rob. It's okay. Focus.
And you could be a part of the show. You can dial 213.
Oh yes. I
213 wide nut. That's 213-943-3688. And of course, you can also follow us on social media. We just launched a brand new Instagram account.
We are on the cutting edge of social media,
That's
everyone.
right. It is 2009 up in this bitch. You could follow us. Our handle is Metal Injection Livecast.
We've also caught up on the lingo of 2009. Up in this bitch.
Yes!
Wait, is that when Instagram launched in 2009?
Maybe, probably. I
I
just
don't
you
think
picked
he
a
was
random year.
trying to be accurate.
Yeah.
He was just saying a year.
I picked a year. Did it launch in the 2010s?
I feel like probably, maybe. Let me see. Let me see when my
Yeah,
first
look it up.
Instagram post was.
How do you know that's when it launched?
Were you an early adopter, Noah?
I don't think so.
2010. 2010.
Oh,
guys.
Okay, I wasn't that off.
So they probably were already, beta testing in 2009. You got the early.
Right, so it was the cutting edge of
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah.
So it was an accurate statement.
Are we going to do a TikTok?
That's the next
I'm still
one.
not really sure what that is, but are we going to do it?
I think I understand. It's just you post short video clips.
Is it like Vine?
Yes.
What's the
Kinda.
didn't Vine go under?
I think they just have different
To do-
effects you can put on it rather than just do a vine.
No,
So-
the whole thing with TikTok is music integration. They have music licensing, so a lot of people do lip syncs, and those catch on really quickly. And their interface is very
Did you put your Rebecca Moore
user-friendly.
lip sync on there?
No, I should though.
Do
right?
it. Come on, man.
Coming soon to the Metal Injection Livecast TikTok page.
Yeah. Just that one post.
Good reason not to have a TikTok.
Somebody somebody requested that I do a new video where we
Denied.
take the original Rebecca Moore
Sorry, listener.
Coke Destroyer video, and it's my voice
Yeah.
on
Over
top
her.
of their video.
I think we should do it.
More variations on horrifying our audience.
Maybe each one of us do it.
For Halloween. That's what's better. It's like you're wearing a scary mask.
Aw.
I mean, right? Like
Are you insulting Rebecca Moore or Rob?
Rebecca Moore.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
It'll
Wait
be
a
his
minute.
voice with her visual.
Oh, I see. Yes, that would be. I feel like there's like boundaries for Halloween. Like
That's
if
too
you
scary
go too
even for
far,
Halloween.
it's too real. You may like scare
Nothing
some
about
children.
her is too real, Taryn.
You know what
No,
I mean.
Not for decades. Oh. Yeah. We contributed a little. Rob contributed $20 to her next surgery.
Why?
Love.
Well, that's how much the Patreon, the not the Patreon, the
Cameo.
Cameo costs. I have my social networks.
Oh, I thought you meant he did that on his own separately.
no.
Like
I
she
also
had a GoFundMe.
I also feel like now that Rob's been approved, you could probably get a lot more. Or maybe she'll give you
Approved for what?
for her like video.
I got some news for you, Noah. A lot of people are approved.
Oh,
She
okay.
has very low bar.
I
She'll
mean,
say
yeah.
anything.
She'll
Well, I
let
was-
you put any bodily fluid on her. You think she cares what she's saying?
Well, she wouldn't just let anyone.
Really?
I thought she has to like go through the request and approve the copy and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe now she'll give you like a bundle, some deal.
Oh no.
You want
It's
that
just
bundle?
through the.
A bundle of the Botox sacks that they removed from her face.
Oh.
When
Well,
put
they
new
don't
ones in.
remove them, do they? They
They
just
swap them
prevent
out.
them.
She gets the deluxe package now. She can
Get
afford.
vacuumed.
I wonder if Danzig gets Botox, right? Like, how does he
Yes.
have that
He
ageless
lives
face?
in he lives in
What
LA,
a,
right?
What a seamless segue between
Thank you.
two old, disgusting people.
Wait, does Danzig
Aw.
have an ageless face?
Doesn't he?
Just because numbers don't go that high? Is that what you're trying to say?
His age is Graham's number.
He broke.
I'm gonna search Glenn Danzig 2019.
Oh.
But yeah, so those Misfits tickets are super expensive, and
Is
apparently
it sold out?
It's not sold out because
Yeah.
tickets are like $300 for the floor, and like the cheapest ticket is $150.
Wait, is that on like resale? Or
No,
like
no.
face
Just to sit
value?
on the
First-
floor.
pit seats is like $300, and then like the worst
Jesus.
seat, direct from Ticketmaster, is $150
That's wild.
plus fees.
Why?
Wow. Good luck with that, guys. Good luck with that.
So yeah, I don't know about that, but it's some people are like I wanted to see the Misfits, but not for that much.
Wait, when is the show?
In October, coming up in a few weeks. I'm gonna see on StubHub day of show and see if there's any of those people
They
just
might
need
just
to get rid of tickets.
Ticketmaster might just reduce the price.
Oh yeah, that's what they do that now. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how they compete with StubHub. Is they have fluctuating prices for like after the first run of tickets are sold, they fluctuate the prices based on demand.
God, looks like an old Russian grandma.
But look at that,
Babushka
the
Danzig.
torso.
How old is he? Do you think?
He's 70 or
Oh, he's
71 or
Oh,
something.
he looks
like
real
that.
good. For
He looks
70.
like the Michael Myers mask that they used. in,
He does.
Or is it
Shatner
60?
mask.
How old is he? Look it up, Noah.
I mean, for 70, he looks pretty good. For 60, he's looking rough.
Also, so I want to say that he's doing a premiere. He also said he's doing a premiere of his movie in New York City. Would anyone go with me to this? Like, I want to see this in
I would.
person.
He's 64.
64, yeah.
what's this movie about? What's
Veronica.
It's
we
the,
talked
like,
about it in
anthology.
the show where it
yeah.
was so, where he did a premiere in
Right.
Chicago, and the first thing he said was like, "You guys laughed at a bunch of things that I didn't intend."
right? I would definitely go see.
So
Yeah, I
that.
really
we,
wanna
we
go to
could
that.
like record a discussion episode
It'd be a
after, like right
bonus.
after.
If it's in New York, like
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
on
there's a
travel
premiere
or
in New York, in the city somewhere. It hasn't been announced yet. So let's listen to this interview. He showed up to the 3 from Hell premiere.
Just to promote his shit.
No, I think he was just. To be honest, it's a big deal. I think that Danzig even came out for it. you know that he left his house. Like he really must respect Rob Zombie as an artist and a filmmaker. I'm assuming he would love to have the career Zombie
Yeah.
has in filmmaking.
And also to be that young. That slim.
So let's hear this interview with hot LA outlet Bionic
Hey now,
Buzz.
Steve Seaver's Bionic Buzz. We're at the premiere of Rob Zombie's latest movie, 3 from Hell. Yes,
Is this
the
Kyle
trilogy
Mooney?
is now complete.
No,
Doing
it's
a
some
bit?
See
guy.
what special guests we can talk to.
Yes, actually, I am. Because I've seen the other two, so.
So I want to
Buzz.
point out it just cuts
that?
and it doesn't even have the question. It just has his response. And I'm assuming the question was, "Are you excited to see the movie?"
Well, what did the guy say right before? Did he not?
No, he
Read into
didn't.
the-
He was just like, "Let's see what celebrities we could find."
Oh.
And it's one interview with Danzig.
Well, they found one celebrity. There you go.
I am. Because I've seen the other two, so.
Is that
Pretty
Danzig?
cool.
This is Danzig.
He doesn't sound like what
No more Misfit shows.
Darren makes him
except for
sound like.
MSG.
What do you mean?
This is much more reserved. This
There's
is
no,
an
like-
indoor voice.
He's not crooning unless you're paying him to croon.
Yeah, I'm doing. It's
Yeah.
the same as Mustaine. I'm doing the singing voice as his talking voice.
Yeah.
on,
Wow.
Noah, get with the bid.
I know. I
How
know what
boy-
the bit is, but that's what I want him to sound like in real life.
Yeah.
Hold on, maybe like the more he talks, he kind of falls into
Oh.
it.
And then Veronica premiere in New York City.
See, Veronica.
right before that. And then start my new movie.
Oh, very
Yeah,
cool.
cool.
What can you tell us about Veronica? It's coming out soon, right?
Well, we did a
This is great.
Chicago premiere at Cinepocalypse. Then we did the Montalban in LA here. We just
Montalban?
did San Francisco at the Castro Theater, and we're going to be doing AMC Times Square.
Oh God.
Oh, that's where it's going to be.
Oh my God.
Oh, so I don't know actually if I want to
Get
go
a side of bed bugs with your
Yeah.
screen.
That's what I was going to
Is that
say.
really dirty there anymore? anymore? I thought
I don't know anymore, but
It's
they're-
Times Square. I think it's always either dirty or it had just been cleaned and then it's dirty again.
I don't think Times Square. I think that's an old meme. Sid. I think it's been pretty pristine for like ages now. They just-
What would you say ages? How many years?
20 years?
No,
no,
wrong.
no.
In the
Well,
last
I
10
worked
years, there were definitely outbreaks of bed bugs in those
Oh, I
theaters.
don't, but I don't. Is it just specific to Times Square though, or is it just like the management of that place wasn't doing a good job? I don't
Chicken
think
or
it's
the
because
egg?
like
Well, it could also be people bringing in the bed bugs too. You know, like
I guess,
it's a
yeah.
very highly trafficked.
it's just a tourist
Theater. It is a very
It's not
touristy-
like it
it's
used
a
to be
tourist
whoas and pimps and drugs everywhere.
Maybe that's why
I would
Danzig
argue it's
wears,
better than-
wears the mesh shirts because a bed bug can't cling on to. There's not enough fabric for
but they
it to
go through
hit
the
your eye.
holes though.
But then
But they want to bite you. They want your blood.
Oh well, I guess then he's.
They want his blood.
Is that Morrissey? You sound like
A little Morrissey, a little
it's
Robert
a fine
Smith.
line, yeah.
He's probably doing the premiere at the Times Square Theater because he wants to go to Dave and Buster's.
Wow.
I like the ball pit. Yeah.
He doesn't even have to lay in it. He just stands and he's still obscure.
Probably in the new year. We're gonna stow it again in L.A. at the Montalban because.
Did you just fuck up? We're gonna stow it again. You said
And we're gonna stow it again in L.A. at the Montalban.
instead of show it.
Weird.
I thought stow like put away like in an
Yeah.
airplane.
Yeah, it was sold right.
No, he's
They're
saying
gonna leave it in a janitor's closet there, and then hopefully nobody finds it.
he's saying that the LA screening went so well they want to do a weekly Friday night midnight screening of his movie.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so they want to do it every
Liar.
midnight.
This theater is probably like just somebody's
Saturday
living room,
so-
like a pal's living room
That's what floor seats mean.
Yeah.
You get to sit on the
Yeah,
floor
that's
in their
right.
living room.
on the rug.
The movie you were talking about?
Yeah, it's a vampire spaghetti western.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
And we start. We're in pre-production right now, and we start shooting next month.
Awesome.
Another fucking movie?
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked what you saw, please give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and follow us on all social media.
He sounds like Kyle Mooney doing his man on the street character like so much.
Hang up on that fuck.
Yeah. Hit the subscribe button. It's cool. Can we get that guy on the show, Rob?
Who, Danzig?
Oh no, I don't want him. I want this. Whatever. The Turbo, is that this guy's name?
Turbo. Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Isn't Turbo the guy that called it?
Yeah,
Hartsdale?
it's
Turbo.
cut from the same cloth.
Danzig's eyes are stretched back so far. It looks like he has saran wrap around his face.
He looks like one of those like little Chihuahua dogs in the face. Like his body, I like it like a Chihuahua dog that's been overfed.
So I stumbled upon this picture of him with Natty from wrestling,
Yep, he's a big wrestling fan.
and he's throwing the horns, and his nails are too long.
He has coke nails for sure.
No, I don't. I don't think it's.
It's
I
not
don't
coke.
think
I
it's
think
for
it's for strumming, probably.
Oh.
Coke nails is what you call that.
I thought he's just a vocalist. What the hell is he strumming?
No, he plays
To
like
pick
he
his
writes
nose.
all his
Yeah.
music.
Try to pick his nose.
Yeah, I think Noah's right. That's a booger finger. He got a couple of booger fingers.
Ew.
He's lifting those bricks. Don't the dirt get under there?
Or like, yeah, you might break a nail. It's painful. It's just, I don't like it.
He's such an endless delight
For who?
for us to make fun of.
Has he ever been married? Do we know anything about his personal
I
life?
don't believe so.
He never took a bride. There's no baby Danzigs. Why you kill baby Danzig?
Why you killed the baby Danzig?
Hmm.
Little tiny mesh shirt, baby. The long fingernail.
Like, is there even like a history of like who he's dated? Like, has he ever dated like any like famous musicians or like him and Lita Ford hooked up? Or you don't really hear anything
Sharon
about
Osbourne.
that. Yeah, right.
Sharon
I
Osbourne.
can't think of any. I do want to
It's very reclusive with
see
this.
if there's any.
Poor Danzig, he'll never grow up to throw the bricks. He'll never shop for the pet food. Motherfucker, poor baby.
Whoa. So I'm reading about his personal life on Wikipedia. In
Fake news.
1992, Danzig became a student of Jerry Poteet, a world-renowned martial artist in Jeet Kune Do.
Jerry Poutine? Is that what his name is?
Oh, and he also studied Muay Thai. He's into martial arts. I didn't know that.
No,
You would
what
have
He
so
had
much-
Muay Thai food.
yeah.
What?
What's his name? Poteet?
His instructor's name is Jerry Poteet.
Poteet. Okay.
Not
And hungry when
poutine.
you
I
hear
like some pot to eat.
when you hear about some teat?
He was
get
an
hungry?
original student of Bruce Lee. This guy.
The trainer.
Oh, all right.
Not dance.
No, not dancing.
First, I was like, does that timeline work out? Maybe.
Yeah, but nothing on.
Yeah, there's no.
girlfriends.
There's no like
No history.
relationship status stuff in there. Is he asexual? Maybe he's more like Morrissey than we thought.
Interesting.
Maybe him and Morrissey hooked up. That's a super group right there.
You think he invited Morrissey into his boudoir
Yes.
and showed him all those sexy books
Mhm. Shirtless.
with his shirt off?
Yeah.
I just imagine like that. Like Danzig just gets an endless parade of like
Who is?
very pale, dark,
Goth girls.
jet black hair goth girls.
Are we
yeah.
sure he's into girls?
I mean,
Even if he is into girls, he's probably sick of that genre of
Yeah.
girls already. Like since like 1980, he's been having the same groupies.
He probably goes to like book reading, poetry readings, and stuff, trying to get like smart girls, and like they're just not into it.
Yeah.
And then he has to settle for like whoever's at the Rainbow that night.
There's this old man with saran wrap pulling his eyes back. Ew.
It's very sad.
well, we're gonna have Travis from Cattle Decapitation on momentarily. Maybe he'll have some Danzig stories. In about 10 minutes, he'll be on. And I want to take a moment to talk about Hell Yeah! Hell Yeah are releasing their new album, Welcome Home, a tribute to their late drummer, Vinnie Paul, on September 27th via 11/7 Music. It is inarguably Hell Yeah's heaviest offering yet. Some of the songs that they've put out sound really good and very Hell Yeah. And you can check out their latest single, Black Flag Army, on Metal Injection. And Hell Yeah's new album, which comes out this Friday on 11/7 Music, is available for pre-order. And you can also see the band all next month on tour with Nonpoint and Deep Fall, hitting up towns like Cincinnati, the Chicago area, Toronto, Flint, Madison, Wisconsin, Calgary. They're actually hitting some legit Canadian dates. Edmonton, Vancouver, Seattle, Sacramento, San Diego, LA, Phoenix, and wrapping up San Antonio on December 21st. Hell Yeah, the new album Welcome Home, out this Friday, September 27th. One other thing we should talk about before Travis gets here, something that a bunch of people sent us today,
The army mobilized for this.
which is there's a new movie called Uncut Gems from the Safdie brothers. Safdie. Have you heard of these guys?
Yeah,
Have
I
you seen
saw their
other
last movie. It
What
was
was
pretty good. Good Time, I believe it was called.
What was the deal with it?
They're like indie filmmakers. It's like these kind of like fast-paced sort of, not exactly
Stylized.
caper movies, but like you've got a certain amount of time. You've got to get this kind of money before this to bail your
So
brother
like
out.
Guy
or something.
Ritchie-ish.
So it was good.
Not, but like dark. There's no like jokiness
It's not
to
fun.
it. It's
Okay.
Was Good Time a reboot of the classic
The show,
John
Good
Amos
Times?
and Florida Evans?
Well,
It could have been. You could view it that way, actually.
I have to say, like, so Adam Sandler plays the lead, and he plays like a, I don't know, Israeli, but a Jewish like diamond
Yes.
dealer. And he looks incredible. Like he plays it very
Really?
straight, and like it looks like he like pulls it off. And I think he's a really good dramatic actor. The few things that I've seen him in where he's not playing Adam Sandler. Like, he really commits, and he's a decent actor. So, here's this trailer they sent us, and 30 seconds into this trailer, see if you could make out this familiar voice.
All right, Larry, you're a Jew again. Welcome back. I made a crazy risk, a gamble,
This is Adam Sandler, obviously.
and it's about to pay off. So I want the Celtics to cover. I want the Celtics halftime. I want Garnett points and rebounds. What do you know? I don't know. I just know.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. It's the dumbest fucking bet I ever heard of.
Oh!
I disagree, Gary.
Gary. So Mike Francesa has a fictional role in this
He's
movie.
playing a character.
Named Gary Francesa.
For the branding, he demanded that his last name still be in it.
I can't do a film. People don't know who I am. You know, my audience needs to know.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. It's the dumbest fucking bet I ever heard of.
I've never heard him say the F word.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Pretty hilarious.
Do you think he's going to get like a Best Supporting Actor nomination for this?
Oh,
maybe,
yes.
maybe at the Globes? Maybe at the Deadspin Awards?
He already has Golden Globes on his chest. Fucking D cup.
He's got that picture of Bill Parcells in the Princess Leia bikini. That he had a artist dream up. I think Leroy Neiman did that for him. His special One of One.
Norman Rockwell.
So now we have to all see that movie just for the Francesa cameo. But I bet it'll be a good movie. I bet it's a watchable film.
I'll take that bet. It's just Adam Sandler. We spoke about this briefly before the show. I think he's so awful in his movies that when he does a dramatic role, it's graded on a curve so that people, what compared to what he usually does, this is fucking great. But I just think he still.
But like, he's at least smart enough that when he does do a dramatic role, it's with like legit filmmakers. It's not just like him directing what his version of a drama would be. He goes, Punch Drunk Love was who? Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think it
this
was
is
a
the
bad
Safdie
movie.
brothers.
Punk Drunk Love. I
Yeah.
don't think he's that great in it.
Oh, I thought he was great in it. I thought he made the movie.
I think he's just
I
like.
need to see it again, though. It's been a while.
I saw it a couple years ago, and I still enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
it was. I thought
I don't hate it. I'm not saying it's like a terrible movie or anything. I just think him being there is not helping the movie.
Fair.
Well, we have our guest. He's going to be on the air momentarily. And right now, I would like, before we have Travis on, I want to play the new Cattle Decapitation song, One Day Closer to the End of the World.
מוזיקה זה גלגלצ.
גלגלגלגלצ.
מוזיקה זה גלגלצ.
גלגלגלגלצ.
Got any weed? Got any weed? Got any weed? I like drugs. I like drugs. I like drugs. I like drugs.
Shitting on a woman's chest, receiving a blowjob sitting on the toilet taking a shit, asshole. Shitting on a woman's chest, jerking off, jerking off, jerking off. Shitting on a woman's chest, receiving a blowjob, eating a girl in the back of the head instantly before coming. Shitting on a woman's asshole, jerking off, jerking off, jerking off. Cum droplets, sticking your finger in the anus, rhythmically poking out the pussy up and forward, punching a girl in the nose, while dog-eating your partner, coming in the blanket anus mess. Smash her head into the wall for deeper penetration. Tap the head of your cock on her forehead, poking your penis into the cleavage area. She's receiving oral sex, sucking on your ball. When eating pussy, insert your nuts in a girl's ass. It often turns inside out. You may have trouble keeping her still, was forced to eat chunky asshole, cock, pulling out of a dry vagina while performing oral. Put your testicles over your partner's asshole. Insert your finger into the woman's asshole, throwing up on her vagina. Wipe it across her upper lip. When eating pussy, odor and bad cheese, thin shit mustache while getting head. The act of cunnilingus orally. Take a shit during a woman's period. The untrimmed pubic bush on a girl's tit uses multiple knuckles when fisting on your girlfriend's asshole. Titty fuck. The shitting on the chest, titty fuck. Over your girl's head, a mouthful of cum between down her arms, she falls on her face, farting while she's on all fours.
Total fucking dewclaw. Total waste of skin and life.
מוזיקה זה
גלגלגלגלצ.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me fucking bullshit.
thinking it's my fault.
מוזיקה זה
גלגלצ.
Did I ever tell you about that time I went down on a heroin addict for 2 tickets to a Bon Jovi concert? It wasn't as bad as I expected. What? We're recording? Oh dear God. Now people will know that I like Bon Jovi. We now return to the Metal Injection Livecast.
All right, we are back.
Hello, everybody.
And we have a very special guest in studio. Travis Ryan, the frontman of the excellent death metal band, Cattle Decapitation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Flew in all the way from the West Coast, from lovely LA.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Cut him off.
Did you win any Emmys this weekend?
I don't even know what the Emmy. Which one is the Emmy?
That's TV one.
TV ones. No.
Maybe next year.
Not there yet.
Still in the film business.
Yeah.
Working out the films. Well, thank you, Travis. You've had a busy press weekend.
Yeah, it's been fun.
You've been all over New York. What's your feeling? Like usually when you're coming into New York, I assume you're with your band. You arrive at the venue. There's no parking. You just decide to eat a ticket, and you have to deal with all that with dealing with your van. You didn't have to deal with any of that. You just got to like experience New York for what it is, and also go to a bunch of press outlets.
Yeah.
So how was that?
That was cool.
What is your takeaway on New York after living here for 2 days?
I just don't know how you guys do it, man.
What about it?
All the metal and machinery and just
Scaffolding's
people.
everywhere,
People.
right?
Just I see.
Fucking
The
people.
loud
is what it
ambient
is.
noise.
Jesus, yeah. I mean,
How does it make you feel sitting in this room with like 5 other people just staring at you?
no, that's fine.
It's fine.
I'm used
Okay.
to that. But now I understand what Michael Gira from Swans was talking about. You know why their earlier music sounded that way because of all the weird noises and stuff and the industrial sounds that kind of end up coming out of the trains, the subways and stuff like that. It was cool. I was finding beats, in there and air drumming them and stuff. And it was fun.
Maybe this is like the beginning of a New York concept record.
Yeah.
For
I
like
don't
an
know.
industrial side project.
But you're right. We never get to spend enough time here. It's just,
Mhm.
in and out, and we get dumped off by the bus or whatever. And so it's cool. I would like to go and do some actual like sightseeing. Like I've never done.
What do you wanna see?
Statue of Liberty.
That's
I
right
wouldn't
over
mind
here.
going there. That'd be cool.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I kind of
Rob?
want to go on the Chrysler Building. Would be cool.
Oh yeah.
Can you go up there and see like where see out like where the gargoyles are?
I don't know if you can go up.
You can, but the Empire State Building is better to do.
Yeah, that's
to do
that stuff.
I
Yeah.
feel, it's
And
much
the
higher.
top of the Rockefeller Center is actually the better view because you see the Empire State Building.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna incriminate myself here. Yesterday we were walking. I forgot where we were going or what we were doing, but we were walking somewhere, and I looked down this street or whatever, and I saw the Chrysler Building, and I go, wait a minute, it's the Ghostbusters building or whatever, and then I look to the right, and there's the library, and then I was just like, wait a minute, no, that's the Empire State Building, and I think we both kind of mistook it for the Empire State Building for a second and realized how wrong we were today when we saw the Empire State Building and they went, oh shit, that's right, it's a Chrysler Building.
It looks kind of similar.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a very
which I should have
common-
known. I'm a fan of Matthew Barney and his cremaster stuff. So he did like a thing with the Chrysler Building. That was kind of neat. So I should have known better.
I did the same thing when I went to Chicago, and I was like, and this was the first time I went, and my hotel was right next to the Sears Tower.
Yeah.
So I walked. I was like, oh, there it is, and I just walked towards it for like 40 minutes because I wanted to get a nice walk. And it turned out I walked like completely in the wrong direction because it was actually the John Hancock building.
Yeah.
So I'm a dummy.
Did you go in though and like demand people show you around?
No.
Oh.
Was I supposed to do
I mean,
that?
you walked all that way. You might as well get something out of it.
Next time.
All right.
Now, if you are listening live right now and want to be on the air with us and Travis and ask Travis a question, you can do so by dialing 213-WIDE-NUT. That's 213-943-3688. We have someone on the line right now. Area code 253. You are on the live cast. 253, you there?
Hello.
Hello. You're on the air.
Maybe they can't hear us.
Are they on the subway? What's going on?
Dumping garbage.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to put
They're
them back
creating
on hold.
beats.
Hope you're all right.
Unreal.
But, bless their hearts.
What is 253?
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I think that's a made-up area code.
Or maybe it's like a Skype number. Because I thought I heard the Skype.
Maybe.
Skype
So,
bell.
Tacoma, Washington.
Oh, that's a real place.
Sounds like a made-up area.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been there, so I don't know.
Have you ever been there? Tacoma, Washington? Is it real?
So. I think so. Yeah. It's south of
You're vouching?
Seattle or something like that.
Mm.
I have a friend that's from there.
All right.
Beautiful area of the world, of the United States. But there's the buddy.
Was it Bobka calling us?
Jesus Christ! Did you get your
Yay!
friend left his phone in the Uber?
So you
all has been.
have a +1 here that Bobka is protecting us from.
Yeah.
She's not doing a great job.
I love how
Came right in here.
the fur on her back just stands up.
Yeah, it's.
No, she's very.
That's when they're pissed.
Will she bite him?
No, she doesn't bite. She doesn't bite. The only time she ever came close to biting me was when I tried to pick her up, but that was more of like, "Don't you dare," But she would never bite otherwise.
Okay.
And it wasn't even it was like a nibble, like a warning thing,
Sure.
We have a great relationship.
Yeah, great.
Actually, if you called in, there was an error on our end.
What?
But you can do so now. 213 wide nut, 213-943-3688.
Just call some random 253 phone number, and maybe it'll be that person again. We'll get somebody
Just
in
any
Tacoma.
253 number. Hey, we're on with Travis. What do you want to ask him?
Man.
I do want to mention that Cattle Decapitation's new album, Death Atlas, is out on Black Friday. Very into the consumerism here.
Yeah.
You're just diving in. People are going to be in the stores.
See
So
how
while
good
they're in the stores, they can go on their phone and download your album.
It was not part of the, plan. It just that date happened because the fucking vinyl industry, man, or that part of the industry is just.
It's
it
a
pushes
little behind the
everything.
times, right? I've heard a lot of bands talk about this. There's only so many vinyl. There's like 2 of them, right?
Yeah, it's
There's
very
2
finite.
vinyl.
Oh, I don't know about that.
There's
no,
2.
but there's been some that have
There's
been.
very few.
There's been some that have popped up. I think.
Okay.
There might have been like a warehouse that was filled with machines, because they don't make them. I don't think they're making the machines to make vinyl, and that's the
Right.
problem. So there's a finite number of these things, and it's a pain in the ass. We record a record, drop it off. 6 months later, it comes out, and I'm tired of the shit by that point. You know what I mean? So
When was
haven't
this
been listening
record
to-
done? When was this record done for you? When were you done with it?
Going into coming out of the studio.
Yeah.
I think that was sometime in June or something.
Okay.
June.
So not
Early
too
June.
long ago.
Hasn't
But
been
a
that
whole
long,
season ago.
Well, it just sucks to have to sit on this stuff and while everybody's asking questions or asking about when it's going to come out. And
Yeah.
You just want to put it out like that
we
moment.
don't know what to tell them. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just want to know what the fuck to tell them.
Well, now you know. Now
When
you
we
can say
dropped the
November
release date,
29th.
it was a big weight off of our shoulders. So that was cool.
They could be like, and now they could be like, oh yeah, I was gonna buy it, but I don't know. We got 253 back on the line. My apologies, 253. You're on the air.
What's up?
How's it going? Who is this?
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
This is Dallas.
Dallas from Tacoma?
Yep, Travis knows who I am.
I know this man.
Uh-oh.
What's up? What's up, Big
your,
D?
Your Tacoma friend that you were mentioning before?
Can you guys hear me? I'm on my forklift at work.
Oh, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know they made forklifts with telephones now.
At the warehouse that creates.
Bluetooth headset.
Oh no, I'm just joking around. Yeah, we can hear you.
Anyways,
and we hear the
I wanted to-
forklift.
What do you
I
want to
wanted
know?
say, isn't Jack White putting money towards having those machines remade though, for making vinyl?
probably for himself. Third Man puts out a ton of stuff, so maybe for himself. But yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, there was an announcement. I heard that Jack White had discovered a bunch of those old vinyl making machines and is getting them reproduced and remade.
Cool. That'd be cool. I know he has a thing that can make it like on the fly. Like there's like. Like it makes a record,
like as you would an espresso.
as you're fucking playing it. I think
Oh,
like
really?
Neil Young,
Wow.
like he had this thing where like you go into this booth or something. It's almost like a phone booth or some shit like that. I don't remember. I saw it on like Jimmy Fallon or something like that. And you go in there and the dude records. It'll be like Neil Young, just a guitar and him, and then it cuts a vinyl like right there, and then there will be only like one of them or something.
Pretty
Some
shocking
crazy shit
admission
like
that you watched Jimmy Fallon though.
Yeah, that's
what? Hey, I think he's an all right guy, man.
No, I'm
wow.
Okay.
This is the Metal Injection
everything,
headline tomorrow.
every single thing that goes that comes his way, he is the biggest fan of in the world. He always says, "Oh my God, this is the best thing on
Very
earth." Or, I'm the
positive.
biggest fan.
Yeah.
He's way too positive. But I think I don't know. I crack up at him. I like his. I don't know. I like some of his like delivery, I guess, on things.
His demeanor.
Yeah, I don't know, he's a likable dude.
Was he your favorite late night host?
I don't even know who there is.
Just Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel.
I love Stephen Colbert.
David Letterman.
Somewhere.
Jimmy Kimmel sucks. David Letterman's cool. I don't know.
Seth Meyers.
I don't stay up that late.
Jay
Who
Leno.
else?
Cannot stand Seth
So-
Meyers.
Really?
Agreed.
Are you more of a morning
God, he
show
sucks.
guy? Are you a Today Show, CBS This Morning, Good Morning America?
Steve Harvey.
So Jimmy Fallon's such a good guy. When his cattle decapitation gonna be on his night show?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I should have. I just realized. You know what? You need to stop, like, talking shit about stuff that you might actually be able to.
Yeah, the Kimmel Booker.
Yeah,
was
actually,
listening to the show.
I feel like
No, I don't know.
your best in would have been your drummer on Late Night with Seth Meyers, but not anymore. Burn that bridge.
exactly.
Burn that bridge. Well, now we could edit it.
Screwed
Yeah, we'll just
Dave
cut that part.
McGraw out of a job.
But hasn't
for-
Kimmel had like Slayer on and stuff? Like he's
He had
had the
Dave
most,
Lombardo.
Yeah.
Or no.
Well,
No. You're right. You're right. I thought you were
Kimmel,
talking about.
Kimmel does have
Mastodon,
metal
I
acts
think.
perform, and Slipknot
Right.
performed recently. But on Seth Meyers' show, his
Yeah.
band, Fred Armisen is the band leader, and
Oh,
he's
right.
like out half the year
got
being an actor. So they have a guest drummer sit in because he's a drummer. And so lately, there's been a lot of like rock and metal guys that they've been getting, and like
who?
Well, they've gotten the drummer from Tool, Danny Carey. They got
Yes.
Braun from Mastodon.
Okay,
They
that's
got
metal.
Roy
I'll allow it.
Mayorga from Stone Sour. Just now, like some of these, it's like, wow, they know these guys. It's like, But the guy is a metalhead. Sean, our friend Sean, who may or may not work at NBC, has told me that the music booker is a metalhead.
Well,
So there you go. He's probably listening right now.
Seth Meyers is an all right writer, but this dude is. I don't know. Can't stand his show.
I'm with you.
I don't know what it is.
Just like smirky smugness. I don't know.
He's just cheesy.
I just don't think
It's not funny.
Yeah.
The shit ain't funny, dude.
Exactly.
But from what I can tell, at least the skits that I've seen him, that I know of, when I see his name on the end of credits as being a writer or something, it wasn't stuff that I was.
Yeah, I really like Documentary Now, which I'm
Oh,
surprised
love
that
that.
he's
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
and
the one-
he's
that's the
like
thing
the
I was-
executive
that's what I
producer.
Yeah, but
meant. Yes.
executive producer doesn't
Yeah,
mean you
phenomenal
had
show.
anything creatively to do with it.
I think he punches up the scripts. I imagine.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Executive producer, isn't that just you pumped money into it? And
I don't think
It depends.
Sometimes
I
it's
think,
just the title.
it's that, but also,
It's also creative.
they have some sort of like an artistic hand.
Yeah,
Or,
I
you
think
know, they
I
might
think
be
he's more on the creative end.
the
yeah.
end
Yeah.
the end say and
There's
shit
a lot
or
of
something.
facilitating going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
choose to disbelieve this.
So also, Travis, I want to mention you brought a buddy, and your buddy brought a rig.
He did.
Um,
This is my friend Mike Rotterman, homie from the very first second I was in cattle. Actually,
Wow.
yeah,
How long at cattle? You guys are going on like 20 years now, at least, right?
more than that.
Yeah.
23 should be because
Something like that.
96.
Yeah, sometime in
Oh,
'96.
96, crazy.
Started.
Yeah, 96. Him and Dave and Gabe
Yep.
started it. And then
That's crazy.
You, what? 97.
Yeah, I came in like about I don't know 6 months in or something like that. I don't even remember. Something like that. 90,
And
97.
is it your full-time gig, or do you have do you have something?
I mean, I
pick up some gigs.
have
on the side?
I don't really pick up gigs. This fucking album has been a full-time gig. I haven't been doing able to do anything else, dude. I'm a like an eBay picker kind of dude, you know, like one of those dudes.
I see.
I've been doing that just forever, just to, you know,
Yeah.
between tours and
Additive income.
What and it allows you to be your own boss and be able to leave for tour at the drop of a hat and not have to punch a clock and.
Right. Yeah. That's. I mean, I imagine that's the most important thing for like anything that would be a job for you, because the band is the priority, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It has to.
Like,
be.
yeah.
The band has to be.
Wait, hold on. So, like, let's get into this eBay thing. What kind? Like, are you a collector? Do you collect stuff? And
I
trade?
do. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, I need to stop.
Why?
You're addicted.
Well, I live in Southern California, so I can only afford so much as far
Yeah.
as where I can live. So I'm starting to like outgrow our place big time, and garage is filled with a bunch of collectibles and stuff I need to list eventually. And
What kind? Is there any specific genres
antiquing?
that you collect?
oh no, just whatever you can
Is it
sell
stuff
online.
that you buy from like traveling and stuff? And
No.
So, like,
I go to
stuff
thrift
that-
stores and swap meets, and I love doing that shit anyway.
Yeah.
Thrift stores, swap meets, whatever. What else?
Flea markets?
Flea
So, like,
markets.
what are some stuff you have listed right now, just to give us like a?
I just it really anything. It's a bunch of crap.
So just crap, like a fancy lamp,
Wrap, yeah.
and like whatever.
World War II memorabilia.
Like, no, I just assumed it'd be like rare 7 inches or whatever.
No, I have all that kind of shit, but
Yeah,
but
that's not. There's more.
um,
You don't limit yourself just to music.
yeah, no. And honestly, I've been really neglecting the fuck out of it. It's not.
Well, you've been busy. You have your main gigs
the
happening.
the cattle has been.
Right.
We've been doing all right, so we're able to make it happen, and
That's great.
it's
I mean,
amazing considering it's just a extreme metal band.
now Metal Injection is 15 years in. So like for me, like this 15 years.
15 years in.
I know, it's like what the fuck?
When did we meet? When did I meet you?
Year
At
one.
Probably.
Yeah, at the Knitting Factory, I remember.
Oh, really? It wasn't the
Yeah.
hardcore metal fest, or Worcester?
Oh, maybe it might.
I feel like that.
I feel like
that's
it was
where I
Knitting
first met you.
Factory. Like you guys
Maybe.
came through on like
We
a
played
small
there. Then you
show.
saw the one time we ever played Knitting Factory.
Then that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
a huge
we
Zorn
did.
fan, and a lot of the stuff that spawned from the Knitting Factory. So that was a really cool thing for me to go.
Yeah, we did an interview outside of that. It was like, I mean, you weren't touring on the Humanor record, but it was after that. I remember.
Yeah. Weird.
And but yeah, so like for me, it's like, wow, I can't believe I've been doing this for 15 years, and now like you're way further, not like
Yeah.
way further, but like a good 8 years.
Well,
or
that's what's
whatever.
funny is like seeing all these deathcore, like metalcore and deathcore bands, already long gone, and now are coming back doing like reunions and
stuff,
stuff.
yeah. And you guys have just been doing it the whole time.
And yeah, we just kept going. I don't know. I think it's funny. I don't know. It's interesting to see how like some things came and went and are cool again or whatever, or maybe we're always cool and just shit happens.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you guys got cooler.
Well, we just kept. The music got better. The tortoise beats the hare, Holmes.
I hear you. And I think a lot of it is also your vocal style. You're one of the most unique vocalists.
Well, thank you.
In the genre because
The
of your range.
The songwriting started really ramping up.
Yeah, I mean the songwriting is excellent. Everyone in the band brings it.
Well, thank you.
But I want
They'd
to
appreciate that.
I obviously can't talk about the guitar work, but I want to talk about your voice. When did you discover you could make all of these weird noises with your voice?
Well, just was over time.
So right, because like when I watch you guys live, it's so amazing to me. Like in one song, you can go from like cleans to gutturals to like pig squeal. Well, not one song. I'm
Cleans are
exaggerating.
pretty rough, man.
But you hit it though. I mean, like
after doing fucking all that bullshit for like 2 weeks or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really
you don't take
work very well at every night, but whatever. I do what I can. It's a fucking hard thing, man.
Do you train your voice at all, or it's just like
no? I mean, all that cleaning all that clean kind of shit came from just hearing overtones in in the lows and highs, mostly the highs, like screaming kind of vocals. Over the years, playing different, different rooms, different size rooms, different PA setups, or different, sound systems and stuff, and different effects, or as far as like reverb and delay and kind of shit, and hearing the slap back and hearing overtones in that, I started thinking, well, what if I, actually tried screaming into and hitting in key and hitting notes instead of just wow or whatever.
Right. Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah.
And
you really, I feel you
slowly
explored that.
Well, I slowly started doing it. A lot of it had to do with the fact that getting it to record it was kind of a challenge, like with either previous producers that we worked with, or a lot of it was mostly myself. Like I was really there's this high like screamy thing that I do with my tongue, where I kind of put my tongue to the side or whatever, and kids call it zombie vocals now. That's not. I never called it that. It's not what it's fucking goddamn called. But anyways, that thing was from trying to emulate the sound of like Jeff Walker and Bill Steer at the same time. Like I developed that in the 90s or whatever.
Can you demonstrate that, or are you resting your voice?
that absolutely not. But this mic sounds like shit. I can tell. I'm sorry. It's not set. It's all weird. It's all
You're a
radio.
pro.
It's all radio guy sounding.
Yeah.
It's all
mix a little
woofy and
bit.
weird. Anyways, for the longest time, I couldn't get those vocals to sound right on recordings. It sounded. There was this weird thing. It just sounded like a piece of paper being ripped. That's the only way I could put it. It was weird. My buddy Billy Anderson, who produced, man. We got really cheesed before we came over here, so forgive me.
Yeah, we're gonna get a little more cheese in a moment.
My homie's got a dab rig, and it's just absurd. What was I just talking about?
Ripping paper.
Okay,
vocals.
So I told this to the producer, and he's just like, "Well, man, that's what you're doing." So I was just like, "All right." Well, so it took a while to really figure out how to get that sound on record, and Monolith, the latest. Anthropocene, and this one, this one is actually for me the best I've ever felt in the studio. Which I don't know what it was, if it was planets aligned right, or if it was the climate, or maybe the right amount of alcohol intake the night before, and I don't know.
Do you guys just like?
It was
Is it
awesome.
just with time? It's not necessarily that you know what to do. You just know what not to do. So there's like less.
That's a big dude. That comes into play. That mode of thinking comes into play with a lot of shit. I mean,
right? Like
even
the more
my
you do
even my
something.
eBay business. But that, or figuring out which merch designs to make for the band. Like which artist would be better suited for whichever idea. You cut out. It's better to think ahead in that way, because you don't want to waste people's time. At the end of the day.
And that's something that comes with experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I don't know. That's the stuff that I impart to.
Do you ever feel like,
bands and
because you have like so much experience, that sometimes it feels like, hey, this feels too easy, and then you have to remind yourself, well, I've been doing this for so long, and that's why it feels easy?
Nothing's ever really felt easy.
No?
No. I'm still doing the same. I mean, we got management, and I still do the same amount of work that I feel that I ever did, but it's because I want to put time and effort into it to give as good a presentation as possible.
Right.
My role in the band is the obviously vocals and lyrics and shit, but also procuring all these merch designs, or how the album cover and the layout and all that
You're
stuff.
the art director.
The art director. I get really anal and nitpicky about all sorts of stuff with the. I mean, even just the kerning or whatever you call it in the fonts and stuff like that, layout. I have a passion for it. So
right.
Like some people, a lot of bands don't give a shit. And that's cool too. Like whatever works. But
and you guys went all out here. It looks like with
I know.
the,
Look at all that
packaging,
shit. Jesus
all these different.
I had no
vinyls.
idea. I actually had no idea they were going to do so much, and then they hit me up for here's these vinyl color, or we need X amount of vinyl colors, and I was like, all right. Then they came up going, we need this much more, and I was just like, oh shit. So I figured something went wrong with the others. Oh, and Europe needs this. I was like, oh fuck. And then I look at this thing, I'm like, look at all this shit.
So what is this special little box here? What do we got?
It's some like weird wooden box set that they're doing. Okay,
Well,
so,
you didn't.
all right.
You didn't.
That wasn't.
art
I
direct
didn't
it?
sell it very well, huh?
Yeah, I
It's like the Hellraiser box.
Actually, you know what? I didn't art direct this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sort of. I said,
You signed off on it.
I'm like,
you Seth Meyers.
Yeah, yeah. I was like,
You executive, you're the executive producer
yeah,
of this
I
box.
executively produced it.
I wasn't trying to.
No,
do
that
it, Mark.
like it had the latch and stuff. And I was like, they gave me a few ideas. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And maybe burn the logo or
Yeah, that looks really cool.
etch or whatever. And then, to be honest, all right. So it comes with some tchotchkes, whatever. Who gives a shit?
Stop bringing
a
Yiddish on the show.
Well, you got
a flag or something. I don't even know.
Looks like a picture disc.
Comes with like a pin and
a cassette.
Actually, it's
Everyone's
not,
doing the
yarmulke.
cassettes. How do you feel about cassettes?
I'm supposed to sell these things.
You
dude.
you like your
Hit me up
cassettes?
after
Your
they sell
cassettes are
out.
great.
I think it's the stupidest idea ever. And here's
Why do people play those?
Are
here's
cassettes
why.
coming back?
Here's why.
Yeah, well, like it's a very
Yeah,
niche
dude, it's
thing.
I didn't. I
Yeah.
totally missed this one.
They probably made 1,000 of these fucking things. And
Wow.
I mean, they'll probably.
There was-
hopefully
I-
they sell.
I-
Actually, cassettes are the best thing, best format, kids.
Cassette sales are like up this year. I reported on this stat just about how like vinyl is now on pace to outsell CDs by the end of the year.
I thought that was already the thing the last couple of years, though, wasn't it?
No,
Or it's just that close, huh?
it was like close. This is the first year.
I still like CDs.
Or
I still
maybe
think that's one of
I'm
the
sorry,
better
you're
formats,
right.
but
It might be digital downloads.
At
That
least
it's,
vinyl sounds good though. It's like
Maybe it's probably.
Yeah, let me look that up. But in the thing, it was like, oh, and there was like 10,000 or 30,000 cassette sales.
Well, okay.
Some weird stat like
Here's
that.
why I feel that way, and it's
It
because I
is
grew up
CDs.
with them,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
Yeah.
I went through the, you have to fucking rewind it, and it sounds like shit.
Tape
It's
falls out sometimes.
yeah, I just feel like people are going out. I mean, I hope they still. I hope metal didn't get mad about this, but I mean, you.
well, you're selling the music.
I
more
think
so
it's just a
than each-
fucking hipster thing, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
So okay, cassettes.
Fuck.
in
I guess
20
it's cool for me. I do like holding. I was more anxious to get the cassette than anything on. I think what the first one they did for us was probably Anthropocene. I don't think there was a Monolith one. I can't remember. No, there was a Monolith one. I think. Fuck, I don't remember. Anyways, that doesn't matter. I wanted to get one and then open it up and and have that nostalgia again, and
Yeah.
that was cool. But they don't have the same smell they did. I don't know
Where'd the smell go?
if you guys are old enough to remember that.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
know. I can't tell anymore. I fucking can't tell anymore, man.
That's
It was
fair.
still
I hear
only
you.
vinyl when I was born. I'm like the oldest one here.
Okay. I mean, cassettes had a certain smell. You'd open them up.
Yeah,
I like remember what my death spiritual healing tapes smelled like.
Like old
Because
vintage
it stays
shirts.
that way. It stays that way for a long time.
It was the paper and the
You know
liner
what's up.
notes. I
Yeah,
think.
like old vintage shirts, they have a certain smell.
Yeah.
You know, a
Oh,
unique
yes.
smell.
This
that-
guy.
Yeah.
This guy
Yes.
Collect
is.
carcass shirts. I collect a lot of old school shirts.
Mike is
so
a-
like you can tell like there's a smell that you get.
Yeah.
Kind of like a basement fresh smell. Like I like
Yes,
to say, it kind of
I
smells
know
like
that
a basement
smell.
almost.
Yeah.
So I want to point out
And
in
you
20
can tell that it's like from the 90s and from from like that era.
It just has that vibe.
in the last year in 2018, 118,000 cassette tapes were sold, compared to 99,000 the year before.
All tapes. Like
Just cassette sales.
A lot of collectors that collect vinyl, that collect a lot of everything with it.
Oh,
like
just
a lot
like
of people. Like,
completists.
yeah, and I know some people like in Europe that they collect just nothing but
Hey, dude.
tapes.
To be honest,
nothing but
I'll,
tapes.
I'll
they
do
look
it if
for
that's
first
the only
press
way to
tapes.
get it or
Exactly.
something.
And then
Do they
people
sell it on
say it's the
eBay?
audio, better the audio, whatever.
Well, you got to think about it this way.
Analog audio,
It's going to be the lowest run item.
It's the most limited.
You know what I mean? It's going to be the most
Not
limited thing.
true.
When you
That's what it is.
Well, like, you got the posters and stuff like that, but like the maps.
yeah,
but
the
that's,
most limited thing you could probably get from a band is usually like the tour shirts or certain T-shirts because some get the design that just looks the shittiest because it'll probably be the most rare because they go, you know what, never mind. This one was a dud. We have a ton of them.
That's a good tip.
We got a fucking ton of those kind of shirt designs. I see them all the time and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Jesus, what was I thinking?
Well, you can package the leftover ones as like a limited edition.
Yeah.
A mystery bag.
But what I wanted to tell you about was the shaped 7-inch.
Yeah, the picture disc.
The picture disc 7-inch. Yeah. That has a cover on it. We did a Dead Can Dance cover. That's completely bizarre. I mean, I love it. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. But nobody's ever heard us do anything like this, so it's interesting. And it was Dave's idea. It wasn't me being all pretentious Johnny. Look at me, I listen to weird shit. It's actually
On cassette.
It was a very good idea that Dave had.
Is this a new logo, or was this always your?
Well, so we have the Ouroboros. We've had that since like I don't know, 05, 06. But what I've been doing is switching out, images that are in the middle with every album or so. Yeah,
that's
pretty much every album. That one right there represents, well, it's a bunch of alchemic symbols for fire and the earth, and it makes a hourglass. Time and death, and is a big factor in this album. So
Makes a lot of sense with what's going on.
it's cool.
And I feel like something a lot of death metal vocalists don't take seriously is enunciation, and you are the reigning king.
What?
Of enunciation. I think it's very. Your vocals are very
Really?
good. Yeah.
Oh,
I
cool.
like 'em. You're
I've
very
always
good
wanted to be to enunciate more and like to have people actually be able to understand that. I've always kind of had a thing for lyrics, I guess.
Yeah.
Not for myself. Well, I mean, just when I'm listening to other bands and stuff.
Right.
Oh, that's a big deal for me. Like if I can't understand what they're saying, it's such a turn off.
And I just think it's weird to just do. I mean, there are bands that here's our lyrics, and it's just all this, scientific jargon, and when you're really just going, just it's just a guttural toilet bowl sound.
Yeah, but on certain albums of Carcass, you can actually understand it. And
Yeah, that's
like
true.
you can hear the pronunciation.
I like
Especially,
I
the
didn't mean,
chromatism.
yeah. I didn't mean for that to be a diss of Carcass. It's just that they're so technical.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, right. That's earlier, early '90s stuff. They were just like reading out of Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. Well, I think what
Yeah,
it
like
was
everyone thought they were medical students. Like
No, yeah, well,
that's what they rumored out.
Jeff's
Like,
sister, I think, was a nurse or something like that, or something.
Oh,
so
really?
she would bring home, fucked up books, and
Is that really true?
I believe that's what he told me, or I
Wow.
read it somewhere or something.
That's a cool factoid.
Yeah.
His sister was a nurse, and
I
that's
think his
how-
sister was a nurse.
Wow,
So it was
okay.
something like that, or his mom, or something. I don't know.
Cool.
I'm surprised Rob doesn't have his number and can just call him right now.
Text him, Rob.
Sorry.
He's blocked. Blocked Rob.
Damn. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But
Rob was DMing him too many times on Instagram.
he wouldn't accept my request. It was very
Aw.
annoying. But I'll let it slide. So I'm looking at this dabbing.
Oh yeah. So
Ready to
what?
go?
What's
You wanna
going
do
on
it?
over there?
Sure.
Set it up.
I'll do it.
We're gonna do this on the air. Or you want to go to a break now?
We can do it on the air.
Break.
Could experience my.
Give him more time.
Oh.
That's
Bob's want
the
some.
that's the Bobka horn.
Yeah, there goes the bad. Maybe it's the torch that does it.
You're gonna burn the house down, Rob.
So there's a live torch. So what is dabbing? Can you as an East Coaster? I'm not too hip on it. I've only done it once before.
West Coast, it's dabbing highly concentrated oils.
It's they take
Like vaporizing.
yeah they,
Kind of like vaporizing.
It's,
in a way.
it's like super vaping.
Yes.
but
It's like, as someone said, it's the crack of weed.
yeah
Yeah, that's how I
so
see it as well.
It'd be like the equivalent of taking I don't know, maybe an ounce of weed and putting it into a little thing that that big.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
very
mean?
concentrated, right? It's like a lot.
Yeah.
It's like also someone who, in more positive terms, put it like whiskey compared to like, flower weed is like a beer.
Yeah, but it does have this weird, crack like.
It does, because of the torch. I
The
feel
torch,
like.
it
The
just
torch
brings
makes it
this-
feel like you're
It's because
doing
of a torch like this, but if I had like a torch that you bet like a headshot where it's a little bit more sleeker.
like a pocket torch. You mean?
Yeah, like a
the-
pocket torch, but it's gonna waste and it's not gonna last very long. You're gonna spend like $40. And
Right.
It's not really worth it.
It's not as
Yeah.
efficient.
Right, I can spend $3 on one of these.
And
make
it
last
just
a month
gets
and
the
a half.
thing, it gets it working. But,
I hear you.
and then you just touch so he heats up that thing.
So it gets red hot.
You don't have to put the mic, Noah, to the.
This is radio. People are hearing.
What if the torch wants to say something?
It sounds like a tape.
So it heats up, it gets red hot.
Going in reverse.
To the top, we are red hot. And then he puts the thing on top of it.
First up.
Sure. Yeah.
Here, I'll do you.
So just start hitting it right now, slowly. Just go ahead and hit it, and just keep doing it until I say stop. Good. Hit it until I see that going. Very good. Keep doing it.
Rob
Keep hitting it like a
is gonna
bomb.
turn into a zombie.
There's no undercover cops here, right?
Keep hitting it. Keep hitting it.
I guess we'll find out.
Well, you stopped.
I want to get busted again.
Did you get a hit?
Dude, you got a hit.
I'm sorry.
It's weird. It kind of.
It's like you can't stop and blow out the smoke. You gotta.
You might.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You might feel
my
it in a
lungs.
second.
Oh, I can taste it.
So, so I put a dab on each side.
I
So
see.
I flip it, so you get more of a taste.
There we go.
Take it.
Rob's a dab
Cheers,
nerd.
dude. Yeah, man. I've straight up had a panic attack almost on doing this.
Oh yeah, the last time I did this, it was the highest I've ever been in
Yeah.
my life, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to.
All the time. Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Depends. Like I do really, really tiny dabs.
That's
And
the
I'm
thing.
Really small. Like I don't do super dabs.
Yeah.
Like, I do 2 tiny dabs, but I have it to like a down to the science where you get nothing but straight flour taste. a
And
nice
there's these
crisp
guys
taste.
that do. Have you seen
super,
the videos?
like,
Well, that's the
random
thing.
ass.
Yeah, the last time I did it was with Mark from Suicide Silence.
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yeah, man," and it was way more than that.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was like,
I mean, like if you actually look at it, like, that's all I'm putting on.
right, yeah,
That's
yeah,
nothing.
No, it was like like the bong was like completely opaque with just smoke. You know,
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
It was like filled up, and I just remember like it was the equivalent of smoking like 4 joints. It felt like
Yeah.
in one hit.
It's too much.
But
I don't know. It'll put you to sleep if you want to go to sleep.
That's exactly what we need for radio. Oh, yeah, let's do it.
no,
Have you ever gotten Babka high?
I have
Yeah.
not.
Why
I
would
got
you do
Bruno
that?
high
You
once.
better
and
not.
I felt really bad.
What?
It's fine. He just gets
No.
hungry.
Yeah, he was just like
It's
very.
never fine. It can really fuck them up. But whatever.
What does it do?
Whatever. Go, look it up, and you'll never do it again.
I will
Swear to
never.
God.
The one time I
Look,
never
look
want
up,
to do it again.
or
It was true.
actually, I've only seen videos of dogs eating marijuana. Edibles.
Oh no!
That's
I didn't.
Fuck.
Oh,
I
of
can't
course not.
stand-
No,
and they
that's
can't have
fucked up.
chocolate.
I can't do it. Hold
No,
on.
no, I wouldn't do that. I just blew smoke in his direction.
Is that what you did, Rob?
Yeah. Well, I did it in his ear, which is like where the
In his
nerve.
ear?
Yeah, that's where
No
the nerve
wonder why
end
he
is.
can't hear anymore. Thanks, Rob.
And why did you think this was an okay thing to
Because this was like.
He was probably a
10
kid,
years-
right? I hope, or some shit.
Yeah, this was like 10 years ago. I was an idiot.
Yeah, please, nobody ever get
Yeah,
your animals high. It's not cool.
I don't.
Right, if you smoke in
It's
the
fucked
room
up.
with them, just don't blow it directly towards them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all right
yeah.
to be
It
in
seems
the
like
room.
it's all innocent, like nothing's happening and shit, but
but
no.
yeah.
He was not enjoying it. I just remember he was like
Yeah,
very
no sense
aggressive
to it.
with the munchies
He
and
just
just
wanted,
like.
to eat
People
your
try to
food.
Yeah.
humanize animals or their pets all the time. And
I
that's,
hate that. I hate
it's
that
a real
so much.
shit thing. I mean,
But I love my fur baby.
No, or like if my,
dude, that is the worst.
Well,
I
think they're
fucking
so
hate
right,
that
not
goddamn.
Like,
I
to a
hate
certain
seeing that
point you
shit.
can humanize them, but not.
Fur baby is the
Same.
stupidest.
stupidest
Fucking,
thing.
I hate it.
I'm a dog mother.
My
I was
God.
just hanging out with someone and she was like, if my dog dies, I'm gonna die. And it's like, really? You're really gonna die if your dog dies? I
do? Do you
don't
want
think
to say who it
so.
was that said that?
It was a friend of mine's girlfriend who I'm not too fond of.
You had to know going in that this dog was probably going to die before you were, right?
Yeah, I mean, Bruno's 14. I know it's gonna happen in the next 2 years, probably. I'm fine.
Jeez, you're very specific.
not that you should be happy, clearly
I'm
about
not
the
happy about
not
it.
you. I mean, the person who adopts a dog, but it's part of the equation. Like, unless you expect, unless you have like terminal
It's not
cancer or
like
something.
one of those African gray parrots, right, that lives until their 60s.
Dude, those things are cool. Well, I don't know.
They are.
There's a bunch of parrots in our
No.
You have
all over
parrots?
San Diego.
Oh.
Well,
Oh,
not-
wow.
I don't have one, but like all over San Diego County, there's weird little clusters of parrots sometimes.
I've seen parrots in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
which is so weird.
Yeah.
These green parrots. Have you seen them?
The ones by Brooklyn College?
Yeah, but I've seen them in this neighborhood.
Oh, well, it's probably from the park because I've seen like Blue Jays, I've seen Cardinals, I've seen all the baseball related birds in the
What do
area.
they do in the
Orioles?
winter?
I don't
They
know.
fly south, probably? No? Isn't that a thing?
Where do
I
they
think
come
that is a
back?
thing.
Yeah, right.
I don't know about.
I think there's a sanctuary in the
African
park
greys
because there's
or-
a zoo, so I think they just probably like escape. Also, I've never before moving to this neighborhood heard such aggressive chatter from like the baby chicks, that like fly around, like the baby pigeons, not the pigeons, the tiny,
Oh, yeah.
the tiny bird. Like there will be a tree, and you just hear like the equivalent of 50 of these birds chirping at each other. It's like lunchtime in a high school. It's like, what are they talking about? I'm always wondering.
Damn dog.
It's like, chill.
I wish Bobco could just sit in my lap and chill, but
You and me both.
Is it a boy or
It's a girl.
Okay.
But I feel like gender with Dawn is like, call it whatever you want. You know?
Yeah, she doesn't.
She doesn't have a preferred pronoun.
She can't tell you.
She doesn't care.
Yeah.
She doesn't communicate with speech. She communicates with.
I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of speech in the last few minutes.
You're right. This is the most. It's so weird. Like, she is so quiet. She will not say anything and then like be super loud in here and protective.
She's showing off in front of the new friends.
Do you have any pets? Do you do pets?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I got a cat. No, I got 2 cats and a dog. They're all. Let's see. One's a rescue. One just walked into our lives, and then the other one was rescued from the middle of the street. And this lady came out saying, "Hey, recently my wife almost ran over this cat.
Oh God.
This little kitten in the middle of the street earlier, like at the very beginning of the year.
Oh no.
And she pulled over and ran to go get it, and it ran under some car, and it was all scared. And this lady was pulling into the driveway and said, "Hey, are you looking for a cat?" And she goes, "Yeah, there was a kitten in the middle of the road. I almost hit it. It looked like I thought it was a rag or something, laying in the road." And she goes, "Oh, the mom abandoned it 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's like the thing's only 3 weeks old." So she found it and she grabbed it and brought it home. And
did it destroy your house at first? I just remember
he's kind of in the middle of it now. Well, not just yes, actually yes. She does. My wife does jewelry, makes jewelry and stuff, and he knocks down all sorts. He's knocked down all sorts of pieces and of her jewelry and her supplies and stuff, and he fucked up my Bethlehem box sets, dude. Those things are like $200 something bucks each, or €200 something each, and he got up on top of this. Goddamn! On top of my record, it's one of those typical IKEA record holder things, and he scratched the shit out of that and a brujeria record, and those are I cherish with my fucking life.
Okay, so how did you walk?
But not my cats. I let them go. I let them have that one.
They love scratching records.
Fuck, it pissed me off so bad. Why do you have to get those? Why did you have to get the €250 box set?
It just feels better. Like the quality of the sleeve feels better on them.
Yes, dude.
That's a great pronunciation of brujeria, by the way.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be that guy.
No, that's.
I'm not going to be all, hey, you're going to Taco Bell. Can you make sure they put jalapenos in there, please?
Yeah.
I grew up in San Diego, California, and I just have a lot of Mexican friends, and I studied Spanish and shit, college and stuff, so I just kind of tend to try to pronunciate it right.
Nothing wrong with saying it. What bothers me was when the newscasters or whatever do that, but then they get it wrong. Like they're trying to sound right, but they just screw it up.
Well, my friend who used to manage them, he says brujeria, and I'm like,
no,
it's almost there, but I don't know. I like saying it. Sounds cool. I love that band. It's one of my favorite bands. I brought this from San Diego. If you want to,
what is it?
I mean, I'm sure you guys have these here.
Got a little vapey.
Yeah, a little bit.
It looks very nice. Very petite.
Apparently, people are saying these things will kill you, but I don't think so.
Well, I mean, if you get the good quality,
if you
vapes, you get the branded vapes, liquids, you're fine. It's the off-brand black market stuff.
Yeah.
I do feel like there should be some regulation there.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
But what they're doing is a little extreme. Like, I don't know if you saw in Massachusetts, there is a 4-month ban now on all vape oils, weed,
really?
and tobacco, while they study this.
Try to figure out. I don't really blame it. I don't really.
I mean, I guess it's like, what are you gonna do?
I was saying this in the beginning. I remember saying exactly. Are we gonna I don't know? Is there a few years from now gonna be vape lung? I don't know. Is this a thing that will develop and we don't know?
I don't really vape because I feel like any of the pens I've had, if I really sit there with it and I'm hitting it for an hour or two, I really feel it in my burning in my. It feels like cold burning.
You're supposed to only hit it, here and there.
What
it's
fun is that?
concentrated anyway.
Yeah, you're right. You should.
It's only for when you're in the bar or because
right. It's
hit
a to-go thing. Yeah, you should. You need to your vape diet should be mixed with your flower diet. You
Yeah.
can't be on a full
Yeah.
hardcore. I don't know. I don't really do too much. I just stick to the flower. I just rip my bong.
Same here. Same
I bought some
Yeah.
fake vapes of my friend by accident.
What happened?
I sold them back to him because I complained. I said, "These are fucking fake. Give me my money back. Go get my money back.
can
Or
happen.
buy these back for me." And
Yeah,
he bought
yeah.
them back at like 6 at a time.
So
Well,
you
what
didn't
it
have to
is
fuck
that
him up?
Like, so I tasted one and made my lips go numb. It basically smelled like pine oil.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
dude.
So like I knew it was some kind of, I don't know if they were put pesticides in it or if it was an e-cig cartridge.
Are you sure he wasn't selling you a muffler?
No, because it had actual packaging.
I
And,
went to Meineke to get
and like
these
I
vapes.
forgot what it was called, but like you can buy the packaging through eBay and it's made in China. It looks just like the
Oh yeah,
original
yeah.
packaging.
Yeah, you can get this shit.
And
like,
now
or
what
you
people
get
are
the
doing are putting in the fake stuff, so that's why everyone's getting sick, and a lot of people are blaming like that there's THC in it, but it's not THC.
It's just parts from
Right.
China, you
Yep.
know, and then
You know,
they put
it's
whatever
like,
in it.
You know, it's like the pesticides they're putting in, the e-cigs, because I know Chavis would stop at feed or anything was like that.
But I don't really
Suspicious.
do it that much.
Yeah.
So whatever. It's mostly just for
So, but
stealthy bullshit, you know.
Yeah, I hear
They
you.
try to blame because it's THC, but it's the people that are buying the stuff off the streets. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not like the jewels.
Right. It's the unregulated. stuff,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is- it
Unregulated
needs to be
stuff.
regulated.
It needs to
yeah.
be regulated.
Well, it's not going to be regulated, and it's going to keep happening until they ban it, and then people are going to
Yeah,
keep
exactly.
dying. So
Nobody's gonna
it's getting
care
worse
to
and worse.
make
I don't know. People
You
keep
see it
dying from
more on the
guns.
news, and now it's more
They're
on the
fine.
news. Like every day, you know, like you hear it on the news. It's like one of the first stories now you hear on the news.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
it fake?
it's an easy thing to scare like boomers about.
Yeah, that
because
yeah,
it's
that
something
too.
they don't
Exactly.
understand.
And I've been dabbing
And it's-
oil ever since the craze started. So I gave up smoking weed just to dab oil. So he knows me. I dab from when I wake up in the morning at 7, 8 a.m. until you see me now. And I replaced it with smoking weed because it's more.
It's more efficient.
It's more efficient. It's cheaper for me. Cost rise.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I spend a third of the money. It lasts 10 times as long.
Mm-hmm.
So like a gram would last me 10 days, to where a gram of bud would last me a day and
10
a half,
minutes, right.
a day. So, you know.
Understandable.
All right,
Do
you
your-
know what?
do your
I'm not
lunch-
trying to, you know, like
Drugs, bargain hunting.
Yeah. For the- hey kids. I mean,
This is the efficient way. to-
yeah. Like I said, I try to be stealthy about it, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking Bobka.
Shouldn't have brought her today.
No, she's so cute.
I know.
She is cute.
I was so bummed when you made that post and she ran off or whatever for a minute or something.
All of us were.
Yeah.
so
Imagine how I
scared.
felt.
I know. I was scared.
Anytime I see a story now about a pet being lost and like rescued and found, like
Yeah, it
I will
sucks.
read it and I will have a whole emotional journey.
Yeah.
Reading this, like I saw something in the New York Times this weekend about a couple who lost a dog for 2 months because they were at some hotel in some woodsy area upstate. And they left, and there was a thunderstorm, and the dog got so scared it broke out of the room
Yeah.
and ran into the woods. And they had to look
my
for 2
God.
months. The woman had to quit her job.
Oh Jesus.
And eventually, someone just saw the dog sitting in their farm and just called her and was like, "Hey, do you want to come over here and see if this is your dog?" And she called her over, and she came, and she was like 15
So
pounds.
when Rob lost Babka, I helped him look for her, and I just remember stepping outside and just feeling like a little crumb in the middle of the universe, and it's like you just don't know where to go and where to look. It was the worst feeling. And then a couple months later, when I moved, the movers had left the door open, and Bruno just kept whining and stuff. So I let him off the leash, like, oh, he's not gonna go anywhere. He just decided to like take himself for a walk, and then I lost my dog that I had for 12 years, and I don't know what
When
happened.
Noah texted me, I was like, "It's fine. He knows where he lives. He'll come
But
back."
I bolted. I
Bruno's
ran.
deaf?
Hmm?
Is Bruno the deaf one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he's an older dog,
Yeah.
But I
But
guess
there's that to consider, in a big city that might be kind of sketchy.
and it was like a highly trafficked area, and all I needed was just to see like my dog hit by a car, and
I saw
I would
I
be
saw a
ruined.
dog get hit by a car the other day.
I'm sorry.
Fucking sucked.
We are getting dark here on the line.
This dude was driving. I was in IB, where I live, Imperial
Mhm.
Beach. People there drive like shit. But
Was it during the
they're
day?
just really selfish fucks. Anyways, yeah, during the day, bright
Man.
Total bright, bright as
Yeah.
1 p.m. something, and like the dog ran over the little island in the middle of the street or whatever, and I'm not blaming the guy because it came out of this bush and just I saw it get hit, and I screamed. I was alone, I just yelled
Oh man.
some
So
sort of
traumatic.
obscenity and watched as this dog tumbled underneath the front of the car, and it didn't get the wheel thing. Thankfully, did not go over it. I don't know what I would have done.
Wow.
I don't know what I would have done. Anyways, so I busted this immediately. I busted this super illegal U-turn, and just
not
went over and I
illegal.
blocked this McDonald's like driveway. I wasn't even thinking. I just got out and the dude's sitting there, his hands up. He's like this on the. It was right. He was coming to a stop. He's just sitting there.
So he didn't.
And I go, "Are you? You're not. You're just gonna sit there, huh? Right?" He's just like,
Good for you.
"Oh, I do not know what to do," or something like that. I don't know what he said.
What
And I
an
was just like, "Yeah,
asshole.
fuck you," And then I turn around, and this dog he had bolted, and I got back in the car. Sorry, I assumed the gender of the dog. The dog bolted, and I go down the street. I circled the neighborhood for an hour or something. Just couldn't find it. I actually went. This is pathetic.
No, it's not pathetic.
I went
You're
I went home first to hug my dog.
Oh.
Dude, yeah.
I
I'm
completely understand.
that
Anytime
stupid.
I was like, I need to make eye contact with my dog. My dog will not let me hug her.
Post on Facebook, I hug my dog. Every time I see a bad post on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's why I deleted my Facebook.
Okay, there it is.
You don't want to.
No, I don't do well with that.
I hear you.
Suck. I saw a cat, All right, never mind.
We don't have to go down. We don't
What
gotta-
am I doing? I almost
we
told
don't
the
gotta
cat
go this
story.
far.
Well, now I'm
seen-
curious. You can't
So,
give a
our
half
new
cat
death
story.
metal album, Death Atlas. I'm Travis Ryan, and you're listening to.
Is it about the death of any animals, any cats or dogs?
What? This album?
Dying on the album?
Shut up.
I meant the cat story. I thought.
Oh, the cat story was horrible.
I have a horrible cat story too.
Oh my
if you
God.
wanna
Did
share.
it involve
Let
a
the
freeway
guest go
and a
first, jeez.
fucking tractor trailer?
Oh no.
God.
Catless decapitation.
It messed me up, man.
Sorry.
It really messed me up for a while. But I just don't know. I have a
You
I
put
like
it into
animals.
the
Love
art.
animals.
Isn't that weird? There's people that hate dogs.
I don't get it.
They're serial killers.
That's weird.
There was a part in that Lords of Chaos movie where the guy's hanging cats, like hanging
Dead.
them, killing
Yeah,
them,
Yeah.
hung
shooting
cats.
them.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that part.
Yeah.
I mean,
Me
it's
neither.
obviously
I-
fake, or
I know. I
but
still had to look away though.
Yeah.
if that's the case, fuck them.
In my mind, I was like, well, they're both of these guys are about to die, so justice came quick for them.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
They didn't
fair.
last much longer.
It's fair. Did you see that movie? Did you see the
Yeah.
Lords of Chaos?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
piece of entertainment,
Yeah.
and it was actually well done. That
Yeah.
dude's not bad.
That's what surprised me
You know.
about it.
Yeah, and I felt it was very fair to the genre. It didn't like mock the genre.
Dude, that
of
fucking the brutality was spot on.
Oh yeah.
music. Yeah.
Like it I'll put it this way. I walked away unsettled,
Mm-hmm. Same.
and that's kind of hard to do. I feel, you
Yeah.
know. And
I kind of walked away like I hope people don't just take away the first part of the movie about like, oh, this is so cool to do this stuff. I hope they realize like, hey, this is bad.
I
like
hope they realize that there's a bunch of dumb
idiots.
kids just like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, just like you.
Yeah, this could
you
be
guys.
Well,
If-
they
if-
couldn't
Maybe
have,
a little bit dumber
They
than
couldn't have
us.
hit they couldn't have hit the audience over the head with a hammer more to say that this is so stupid.
Yeah. I mean,
that these are nerds.
yeah. And you know, we may or may have not all been there at one time.
Yeah, of course.
And whatever.
You ever burn a church?
I have not. And that part is tough for me. My wife and I actually got in a little bit of not a fight, obviously, but a little
A
argument.
heated discussion.
A heated discussion. Yeah, exactly. Where I was saying, you know, it's stupid to burn an ancient relic or whatever, a church, an ancient building, a piece of architecture.
An
It's
ancient
beautiful.
historic
Those
place,
things are
an ancient
beautiful.
historic-
Those
Right, yeah, like
Fantoff
someone
stave churches are
ultimately put in
beautiful.
the effort of
Yeah.
of building that and people
and
gather
restoring it
there.
and keeping it, you know.
If you find an ugly one, it's okay.
And sure, what they're doing inside is what I don't agree with, but that's the thing is I really, truly, very, very much
Same.
disagree with
Yeah.
what they're doing in there. So
Yeah.
I kind of there's a part of me that goes, burn, baby. But at the same time, it's also cheesy. I mean, it's a cheesy thing
But
to do.
it's
They
like-
did
right.
it, and they were kids, and it was whatever. But there is a fetishistic little.
It is interesting
thing
because,
in
like,
there that-
for the long, it's a very glorified, jokey, stereotypical thing about
Black metal? Yeah.
and you don't really think about it, about like, burning a church,
Yeah.
like what it really means. Like you're burning a building that
Yeah.
people are, and so like seeing that on screen, it's like, oh yeah, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
Like you really just
You
see,
need
like,
it depicted for it to hit you how dumb it is.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Right,
like,
right.
They'll just find another place to do their church.
Exactly,
stuff.
and that's
Like,
what it
you
comes
didn't
down
really
to.
account- you
It doesn't
inconvenienced
do
them
anything.
for like a week or two.
You only hurt the cause,
Yeah.
or whatever
Exactly,
your own
yeah.
cause.
Inconvenience
Like
the
that's
firefighters.
what ended up happening. Obviously.
Yeah. Well, they thought they were getting famous off, like they.
Well, they kind of did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess ultimately they did, but.
Yeah.
then
Mission
they got arrested.
accomplished.
Yeah.
I got a movie made about him. I never burned a church. There's never been a movie about
Don't
me.
burn.
Not,
gonna go-
not with that attitude.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find it. Maybe
You never
go-
know, Sid.
Yeah. Get Jonas Ackerland on the phone. I'll work something out with him.
Travis, you know that guy?
Who?
Jonas?
Jonas.
The director of.
Do you know Danzig?
Ackerland or whatever.
Do you have any Danzig
Oh
stories?
yeah, we were talking about.
I do have a funny Danzig
Ooh.
story.
Great. Yeah, we could wrap up on
Do tell.
this.
Do tell.
Well, it's not that great. What am I talking about?
Well,
Never
any-
mind.
So I'm
No,
here
It
to
turns
gather-
out we played this place Crocodile Rock or something.
The Croc?
The Croc.
Like Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Yeah.
Allentown or whatever. And we played with Danzig. This was
Wow, that's
was
crazy
this
that
the
you played
one?
that venue.
Yes, this was the one. Oh my God, we had to open up for this this disgusting like. To me, they sound like a Blink-182 fucking like rip-off band or something. They're horrible. Called Emily's Toy Box. You might have even heard of them.
No.
Oh God!
I already just from the name, I hate them.
I just remember him saying, Was that the one that? I think the back of their shirts said like, "My dick tastes like chapstick," or something. It's
What
just
does that
really
even
lame.
mean? What is that?
It was just lame, and they sucked.
It sounds like a Frankie
And
Palmieri
was
design.
that the? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong show.
Imure? Are you thinking of Imure?
You know what? No. Oh wait, do they have something like that?
Something like.
All right. You know what? Never mind.
This is not Danzig. It was a Muir.
We're gonna. I know exactly what happened. It was we were at fucking Crocodile Rock or whatever that place is, and Allentown, and Tommy Victor. Turned out Tommy Victor from Prong was playing with him.
He's the guitar.
And
he was the guitarist.
yeah,
for Danzig.
I'm standing there
That's
setting up the
something.
merch,
I didn't
you
know.
know, and their bass player comes up and he's looking at our merch and he goes, huh, "Hey, Tommy, come here." And he's like, "You guys fucking playing tonight? You Cattle Decapitation?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh fuck, hey Tommy, come here." And he's like, "What's your favorite band?" And Tommy Victor comes up, and by this I'm a, I grew up with, I loved Beg to Differ at least. I loved that fucking album.
Right. The dude's got
as a
cred.
kid. Yeah. And shows up, and it turns out, Tommy Victor is a big fan of Cali. He'd seen us, and he's like, "Oh, cool, you guys are playing, whatever, blah blah blah." So I was like chumming it up with him, and backstage, this dude goes, the bass player was like, I told him, "Hey, I'll give you guys a shirt if you want or whatever." He's like, "Oh yeah, man, give me a shirt. Tommy's a large." And hey, Glenn, you want a shirt? and he's like, "Cattle Decapitation." Or he goes, "What? Who?" And he goes, "Cattle Decapitation." And he goes, and he was picking at the fucking deli tray or whatever the fuck. It was pretty funny. Dude.
Working on some salami.
Yeah, and that was probably months before homie punched him.
Oh.
He was in a sour mood.
If only he was wearing a Cattle Decapitation shirt when he got punched out. Imagine.
Maybe my friend, maybe his bass player, who's a buddy of mine, would have held him back.
Wow, that's a great one.
Yeah,
That's good. That works. Thank you.
Oh, cool. That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
That was it. Thank you so much.
Dallas that was one person that called in.
Yeah, we had one other caller, but Sally.
Okay,
They
weird.
passed away while waiting.
That makes me happy because that's the part I was nervous about.
Okay,
answering people's
easy
questions.
peasy. What was your biggest fear? Someone would call.
I don't know.
And call you out on what?
No, or like ask you when you're coming
Are we
to
on?
their town.
Are we on? Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still recording.
Oh Jesus, never mind.
We'll talk
Is
about
this
it
still
on-
live?
Yeah, we are still live. We're wrapping up now. Thank you for calling in. The new album, Death Atlas, out on Metal Blade Records. You can pre-order it now at metalblade.com/cattle decapitation. It's out Black Friday, November 29th. Bless your heart.
Thank you, babe.
Thank you for listening. I want to give a big thanks to our Patreon super fans. Super duper fans.
Yes, thank you very much. Did you want to lead into that? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
These are our Patreon super friends, as Rob just said. Justin, thank you. El Deuterino, Dallas, Lionel Alday, Benjamin, Rabba Ganoush, a.k.a. Justin, Eric, and Robert Jesus Delgado Bagalayos Jr.
All right. If you want to be a super fan, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/Metal Injection Livecast. You get a bonus episode every month. There's other little cool things like the shout outs, and you can get Darren doing one of his voices, giving you a voicemail or an exclusive shirt. Patreon.com/Metal Injection Livecast. Travis, thank you so much for sitting in.
me.
And Mike, thank you so much for the dab. I have to say, you've really opened my mind to the world of dabbing, because I always assumed the only way to dab was to be like absurdly high to the point of
not at all. So
I feel like this is
Opened
like,
my eyes too.
This is a very good. This is a very good head that I'm on, a very good high.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you.
And you have to sit around smoking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I sit around smoking all day, but that's just me.
Thank you to Nikki and Metal Blade Records.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Nikki.
Thank you for facilitating.
Thank you, Nikki.
all of this. And all right, we're out of here.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Just looking out of the window, watching the asphalt roll, thinking how it all looks hand-me-down.
Patty!
Yeah.
Patty!
Keeping your head above water.
Come on, Patty!
Making a way when you can.
Come on, Patty.
Temporary layoffs. Good times.
Patty.
Good times is recorded on tape before live.
Ooh, Patty! Come on, Patty! You better come out! This is the Patty edition, honey.